How we doing? Today is, I don't know when today's. February 13th, day before Valentine's Day. So I got this pickup in Alabama. Pickup in Henderson, Kentucky, going down to Alabama. But last night when I was dropping the trailer for my last load, check out that video if you want, I realized that I lost a mud flap. So in the state of Indiana, you got to have these. It's kind of a stupid rule. A lot of other states say as long as you're not bobtailing, you don't have to have them. But Indiana law does say you gotta, and I just don't want to worry about it. So I've got this one I found on the ground. Whoops. Found it on the ground, and the top was chewed off, so it used to be on a trailer. You can find these a lot at like blue beacons that have the rocks on the side. People hit them and just knock them off. So I just collect them. I probably got 6 extra mud flaps. No, because I've gone through some now. I probably have 4 extra mud flaps. I keep them under the bed mattress. So that way, if I lose one, I can just throw it on real quick. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get out my angle grinder and cut it to this shape, and should fit. It's one of the Arrow ones. I don't know. I've tried putting one of these on before and it just fell off because it is technically like a trailer one, but I don't know. I'll cut it in that shape with an angle grinder. Other than that, I think everything's good. If you remember from the last video, I had a wheel cover that wanted to come off, but put it back on. And then this right here, this was leaking before, and it looks like it's still leaking a little. So I don't know. One of these must still be loose somehow, or the seal's busted. What to do? Yep, that's oil. So I don't know how it's leaking, but I'll probably clean that out before starting. Maybe take another breaker bar to it and try to tighten everything down, but it's probably just got to be a seal at this point. So anyway, I'm gonna get my angle grinder, cut that mud flap, and secure it on with good old heavy duty zip ties until I can get some better hardware. Don't make fun of me, gotta do what you gotta do. All right, not the cleanest thing I've ever done in my whole life, but that should do for now. Gonna strap it in. I need to get some hardware, some bolts and stuff, put it in there. But yeah, so I couldn't find the wrench part to take off the wheel, so I had to use a literal grinding wheel when I have plenty of cutting wheels in there. So good that I found that now and not whenever I had to actually do some cutting. I mean, I could have used like a flathead and like jolted it loose, I guess, but yeah, it's probably at home. Anyway, all right, that looks awful, but I think it's half legal, so that'll do for now. Let's hook up and roll. I need to get all this fixed up because that's where my toolbox usually goes. Fifth wheel looks great. All right. Idling smooth. Let's get hooked up. All right. I always like to roll my window down when hooking up to a trailer. Make sure you feel it. Well, I don't know that my bags are aired up. I always like to say, or I always like to feel when the fifth wheel hits the trailer, because I'll show you. Like right now, it's touching. But if you hit the trailer, or you go under where you know the fifth wheel's at and you don't see the trailer move, or you don't feel it in the truck, there's a possibility someone jacked the landing gear too low and it makes the trailer too high. So I always like to check, because it's happened to me a couple times. I will lower my bags or maybe just go in straight, and then I feel literally the trailer will go too far because the kingpin right here jumped over the fifth wheel. Very scary, because all that does is it slams the front of the trailer into the back of your truck, ruining a ton of stuff. So you don't want that to happen. But now that we've seen that it's under there, lined up, no space between, slide till I hear the clunk. Hear that clank? And then you go right away, put it into gear, and pull forward. All right, whole trailer moved. So that's how you know you're good. Throw the brakes on. And hook it up. This part's pretty simple. You take your blue, that used to be blue, on your blue side, slide on. You put it at like a 90 to 45, 90 degree, and then slide it on. Take your electrical, the notch part will be at the top. You can even do it one-handed if you really needed to. You go right there, it's kind of got a locker. Lift it up a little more, push down, make sure the locker is safe. And yeah, you see, you got your lights. You always want to come down in there, make sure that the arm is deployed, and you get in between the truck and the trailer. And you look in there, and there's like that little bar going across. That's the fifth wheel lock and jaws. So you want to make sure that's in place too. And then from there, all you got to do is dolly up. Oh, sorry. All you got to do is dolly up, and you are ready to go trucking. I always do one last pull right as I'm coming out. I'll pull against the trailer brakes, and just to make sure. So, grab your gloves, head on out after you do your logs. I can go on over. Sweet. So earlier I was at a stoplight on the way over here, and I saw someone in the passenger seat of the car next to me. I kind of looked down and I, waved. I usually wave. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I got that. I got my YouTube tag right here. And so I pointed down, and then he looked me up and followed me. It's like Project MX13 or something like that. So it's nice seeing you today, dude, and thanks for the subscribe. So now I'm gonna pop the doors, throw some straps in the back so they know I've got straps, and slide the tandems once I'm back near the door. We do a little cleaning up in my cab. If you saw, it's filthy in here. So that's what I'll be doing. See you in a sec. Said I was gonna show this, and because ever since this dent happened, if you can see, boom. I've been trying to film the before and after of the trailer every single time. That way, no one can say they didn't do something. You know? So, see, everything looks good. Starty. No offensive smells coming from there. That is also very good. I always hang my latch right there. I don't know why. Maybe just in case I don't want it to get smashed or something. But there's no real reason I do it. I'm also not really in a big hurry right now, if you can't tell, because they're loading that. Gosh dang, let me leave me. There you go. They're loading someone right now, so not like me hurrying would help anything. This load's delivering in Alabama, like I've been doing a bunch of times. In my regular reload, I got it. The Nashville to Henderson, the recycling reload. But this time they canceled, kind of right after. So, not the best. So I was looking for loads today. On the board, of course, I reached out to a guy that usually, well, not usually, he sometimes has recycling loads. And he said he didn't have one going from Nashville to Henderson. But then I saw on the board there was one from a different place, northeast of, well, for you, northeast of Bowling Green. And Bowling Green's kind of on the way home from Nashville, so I was thinking maybe, given it was gonna be low miles, it's probably gonna be $400 or $500, which, you know, $500, that's fuel for the whole trip. Everything else would turn into profit at that point. But yeah, so I reached out to him because he was actually the broker on it, and he said that it was already booked. So that was a bit of a fail. Then also, I had a load that I was looking at, and it was going from like 90 miles away from Tanner, and it was delivering kind of not far from Henderson and Evansville, the same area, Newburgh, and that's where my wife grew up. So I was like, sick. So I started talking to him about it. He was kind of taking forever to respond. It was kind of annoying, but so then, you know, I find out he needs it to be 46,000 pounds, or that I need to scale 46,063 pounds, and I can do that when I'm out of fuel. When I'm real low, I can probably get 46,000, but I just filled up yesterday, so it's probably the first time I've lost a load because I bought fuel. So anyway, after I told him I couldn't scale 46, that basically meant I couldn't get the load. Could have done a few different things. I could have siphoned out 200 gallons of fuel. If you're wondering why I'm talking about fuel, fuel weighs pounds. It like actually has a weight to it, which I know may seem obvious to some people, but like they don't really tell you about that in trucking school. It's not obvious, because literally, say you're good on your tandem or your drive axles, because you're only allowed 34 on those, 34 on your trailer, and well, whatever's left on your steers, up to 20,000. But so it literally puts more weight on your drives when you get fuel. Anyway, that was my mother-in-law. She's been kind of keeping an eye out for loads back from tomorrow. So she just found one that's gonna be a new experience for me if I get it, but I'm gonna wait till it's on the books for me to say anything about it. It'd be pretty exciting. If you have one of these Volvos, you probably know, as long as you have any type of mileage on these, that these side fairings are really annoying. These clips break off, do all kinds of crazy jazz. So all you have to do, go online somewhere, get one of these black clips, part numbers right there, I think 82437 425, and I'm going to show you how to get these back on there. All right, so I had some zip ties right here, just for a temporary thing, but see, this is how it'll end up, you know, you out here. Let me see if there's one where, or is there? Yeah, there's one connected right here. So I think it's not doing anything because it is bolted right there, but essentially all you have to do, I'll take this one out. Ugh. So there's these, kind of got to pull out these middle plastic part. Anyway, all right, so I got it out. That was a real pain. They're starting on someone. Must be the guy 2 over. I got here before this guy, so if they start loading him, I'm gonna start throwing rocks at people. So right here is what it's supposed to look like. That's what it was look like. So that broke off, you know. So basically, it just slots in here like so, and you go and you push it against here, and it just locks in. Looks like that one down there might be. Is that an original? You think? That one kind of looks like it's white. Maybe it's just dirty. But I used to think you had to like pop them in or something like that. It's not that fancy. All you do is you literally set it into place close, and then you just kind of slam the whole thing against the side. Carefully, of course. But yeah, whatever gets the job done. I had some tape here at one point to try to just get her home. It's that dang Gorilla tape. Dang. That's what you get when you make tape out of gorillas. It's strong stuff. I wonder which part of the gorilla they use to make this tape. Comment in the comments below what you think they use. Anyway, I'm gonna get that one out, and then this one is already out, but anyway, I'll put these two in and gunk gunk. I'll probably show you the part where I push it in. All right, so they're both close, and I need to like lift this side up. You probably can't see anything. In, kind of lift it over. Same here, kind of lift the jaw over, and bada bing, should be good for a while. Now, what I did do, I drilled a hole in these two things right here, because there is a plastic part that's supposed to be secured by that bolt. It broke off, wah, nothing you can do. So I always like to put a few zip ties in here, and should be good for a while. This thing's been bugging the crap out of me for like 20,000 miles. Every time I would just kind of put it back in, because this one still, or that one still kind of, I can't remember which one it was. This one worked, but that one was broken, so it would kind of vibrate out. You kind of need all three or all four of them for it to stay. Once one of them breaks, it makes it looser for everything else. Yeah, see, there's one more spot for one. I need to get that one. But for that one, I need the lower platform and one of these. These are like 16 bucks each, and I'm kind of tired of buying them, but I don't want to have my fairings fall off and make it look like a piece of junk truck. So, oh well, that's an expense of doing business, I guess. And I also got to get, I got to get all this moved over. This thing's now junk because you see this drawer got torn out. By my garage door at home, 100% my fault. Can't blame anyone else. Those are the worst kinds of mistakes that needs to go home to my house. Yeah, this truck's just been a freaking mess, and I'm so tired of it, but really nothing I can do right now, so I'm just gonna keep on cruising. I will show you getting the whatchamacallits out of here. Zip ties. Boom! Look at all that junk. I'm gonna go ahead and get two of them. I think I can fit two. I found out the hard way that you really got to shut this before you're going down the road, or it vibrates like you won't even believe. So anyway, get her on in here. There you go. Run that one. Gosh dang it. Run that one. All right, and then I'll just zip tie them up, and just like that. I leave them loose like that because if they're tight, like this thing's gonna vibrate whether you want it to or not. If you leave them tight, it puts stress on them and it snaps them off. But if you leave them loose like that, it's good. You need to check this. There we go. These nuts on the back always want to come off. I don't know where my nut kit went. I literally had a kit in the truck, and don't know where it went. Ow. So I need to put another nut on there. That's the new bracket I just put on, if you remember. Let's check, make sure we got lug nuts still from 20 minutes ago. All right. So those wheel covers are pretty handy. They are pretty handy. They're not like the best things in the whole world, especially if you get them from eBay like I did. They're only 230 bucks, and I've had to replace like every single part of them. Ugh. Gonna go clean my hands. Check your hub oil. Make sure that's always there. I don't even know if I can. Oh yeah, I can see some. Okay. Man, trucks are nice and dirty, aren't they? hopefully this should help. I got a little crooked there, but this should help them be careful, hopefully. And the people knowing that it's your trailer, I think sometimes helps them chillax a little bit. So, yep, let's get everything strapped down. All right, loaded up, just turned her on. Show the pictures here. And dang, it's getting toasty. I like it. I think I might go for a run or something. I need to move my body in this great weather. Idle it up. Get more air in the tanks. Yeah. So I'll probably leave today just to stretch out the work week a little bit. Because if I leave tomorrow morning, I'll have to come basically straight back or a quick on the way home load. The flower load ended up getting booked. I assume a carrier bid under what I was gonna do it for, and that's what happened. But hard to tell, can't make assumptions. You'll see here, I put a sticker on my trailer. And Quantum Pro Graphics did it, or Quantum Pro stickers. I need to look up the name, but it's my brother-in-law. He does a great job on these stickers. He's who did my side decals. Now, I put them, I mean, like, installation's always me, so that always looks rough. Kind of does his product a misjudge, or a misjustice, injustice, whatever. But they're good stickers. Like, the stickers that are on the side of my truck have been on there for well over a year now. And this side's doing great. That side, I put it on kind of some scratches, and then the scratches kind of caught some water from truck washes and such, and so blah-de-blah. Anyway, this side still looks good. But put that on the inside of the trailer. Hopefully that'll deter people from just slamming into my walls and such. We'll see. So I'm gonna throw it on a time lapse here, get it home, and I don't know if I'm gonna leave today or leave at 1 in the morning tomorrow. Hard telling. I don't really like leaving at 1 in the morning, but I also do like leaving at 1 in the morning, just depending on what I got going on. So, all right, everything's good. Yeah, so I'll just get up here, slide my tandem, slide my door, or close my doors, and bada bing, get on down the road, back to the lot. I'll decide what I'll do, and I'm sure you're gonna see me. So, see you in a sec. All right, so loaded up, headed out. So I'm heavy today. I was like, man, it feels heavy, and I was sliding back and forth trying to get the weights right. I'm probably still gonna have to pull over and, what are they doing? There's a gate now. I don't remember there being a gate here. Hey. Peekaboo. Thank you. Come on, gate. There we go. So, I'm sitting there trying to slide my tandems to get my weights right. And I kept going back and forth, like pin by pin, and I was like, what's going on? So I asked the lady what my weight was, and she's like 79, what did she say? 79,640. So yeah, that's gonna take a sec to slide. I might even do it right here. I'm not worried about any weigh stations, because as long as there's only one weigh station I'm gonna go through while it's open, and that's a like photo one, which I don't even know how that works. But so I'm gonna sit here, and I know on my drives I've got a PSI gauge here, or an air pressure gauge. I'll show you. So it's at 55. I can do about 57. And then out here on my trailer, one time while I was like right on 34, I think I was like 33.9 on those, because I was at a scale that told you. I got out here with my little screwdriver, and you can adjust it right there, and it was right at 34. So, okay, so looks like I can get these a little closer, because if you think about it, it's a big long box. The closer those are to the middle, the more weight's on it. It's kind of like a teeter-totter. At the back's my palm, and the tippy toes or my fingers are the drives, you know? If you slide it forward, it's more weight on them, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it took me a bit to kind of figure out how that works, but anywho, so I'm right, 33,000 it says. I don't know if it's right on that. I do know that 34 PSI on here is correct. So I'll go back in and I'll check, make sure it's not past 55 or so. If not, if it's higher, then I'll go back and I'll slide it. 57. Yeah, this is annoying. All right, 57 is really my max, but I don't want to be that close. So I'll probably do like a pin closer. It's just kind of hard to do this. It's like, I need to grease my slide rails. Where's that? There it is. What pin am I at? So let's say second barrier, right now we're third pin. We want it that pin or that one. Second barrier, third pin. When I get out, it goes down to 56, and then when I get back in, it's 57, huh? All right, like I've told you before, try to look at the ground. That's probably a pin. So let's hit it. And then you hold your trailer brakes and back up. Maybe, yeah, that should be the second pin. And then I like to hold it here in neutral, kind of let it think, collect some PSI, should be going down. Yep. And then get out, check your trailer. Some guys don't have this, and what do they have to do? They have to literally go to a place like Love's or anyone that has a scale. They have to do this back and forth. All right, that one kind of barely moved, but still under that 34, so we're good. And I'm near full tanks, so that's not an issue. Sometimes if you get a heavy load, they'll load you right up to your 80 while you're on site, but maybe you're low on fuel, you know? All right, and 55 PSI, we are, 54, we are ready to rumble. Okay, just one last, go forward a little bit and hold on to the trailer. Yeah, let it rock. Docky, walkie, locky. Let this guy go by. Hey, it's a cool trailer, or a trucking name there. I don't know what it says. It's in like graffiti print. Fitting for a container hauler, because those things typically have a ton of graffiti on them. Anyway, all right, we're gonna head out and get back to my parking lot. We'll decide later whether or not I want to leave today or tomorrow. Probably today though. So I'm gonna enjoy the weather, maybe get a run in or something like that. I'll see you on this time lapse. Well, good morning. It's 3:14 right now, and I'm moving. Usually I would like to say hi before, but two things. One, I'm late. Two, my phone was dead, this phone. So I do my recording on a different phone. It was a spare one that my wife had after she switched when we got married. I use it because it can do the halftime zoom, and it's got tons of free storage. So I just record videos on here, and then I edit them on here, and then I post them from here. So I just use my hotspot when I go to upload through my other phone or my iPad. Verizon has given me a pretty good deal on unlimited data for both my phone and my wife's phone, and then also the iPad I have is 4G, and then it's unlimited data and unlimited hotspot, which is great for whenever I was doing Zoom classes a few years back. So I was doing, during COVID, I was doing college and trucking at the same time. Not as much trucking, but still some weeks, a lot of trucking. Like I was doing up to 2,200 miles, which doesn't seem like a lot to you if you drive 3,500 miles a week with your big boy pants on. But I'm saying I was doing like 18 credit hours, 20 credit hours, and driving 2,200 miles. And that was when I was also training a lot on my bicycle. So I was a busy dude. You wouldn't have found a busier dude. So, and I'll challenge you that. Anyway, so last night, I guess I smartened up, but also did something real dumb. I checked my phone because I have Google Maps. It like remembers my locations and where I was and stuff, so that at the end of the year I can see exactly where I was at every hour of the day. And I don't really mind if they track me. It makes Google Maps better. I don't really care. What's anyone gonna do with my location? I don't care. Conspiracies aside, I just don't care. That's end of it. So Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, so I saw that, I thought it said that I left my house at 3:10 or something like that. And I guess I was just already tired and I read it wrong. This morning I woke up after I set my alarm at 2:40 and I'm like leaving the house at 2:50 and I'm like, well, let me just double check that just because I like to worry. And it basically said, you know, hey, actually, you left your house at 2:10 last Friday when you did the same run. So now I'm like, dang, I'm like an hour late. Or 30 minute, 40 minute, yep. A lot late compared to last week. But I was not breaking any speed barriers by any means last week on Friday when I did this last run. So I don't know. The problem is I've got a pickup about 30 miles away. And so basically that means that, and it's at 9 o'clock. So it's kind of a hard appointment, you know, and I gotta get there. So we'll see. Last week I got empty at 8:15 after getting there at 7. So I'm a little worried. So I'm gonna be kind of pushing it and whatnot. I mean, it'll be what it'll be. If anyone needs to know, I'll just tell them I caught traffic in Nashville, which could very well still happen. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's just how it is in trucking sometimes. Like, there's only been a few times where I've done this where I kind of miscalculate. I should have done in my head, like, hey, Johnny, if you leave at 3:10 and it's a 4.5 hour drive, it's gonna put you there at 7:45. I don't really want to just burn up a ton of fuel going 70, 72 the whole way there, but I don't know. Especially because I had a really good run the other day with a light trailer, so I'm at 8.6 right now miles per gallon on the tank. If I hit the hammer down, or put the hammer down, I'm gonna be going like down to the, oh man, I don't even know, like 7s. Hopefully, maybe 6s. I'm gonna throw you on a time lapse. Just know I'll be crying tears of stress over here behind the camera. And if it seems like the drive's a little blurrier today, it's probably because I'm actually going over 62, like the speed I usually drive. So, wish me luck getting there on time, and wish me luck that my second load will take me if I'm past that 9 o'clock cutoff. He just gave me the green. That's annoying. I literally got here like 25 minutes ago, just been sitting here on the scale. So at first it was because the power was out, believe it or not. It's like, yeah, the power's out. And none of his screens were working. There was some emergency alarm going off. And I'm like, great. I get here after hauling booty the whole way down, making good time, just to held up by some power being out. This is a prime example of why you shouldn't speed. Anyway, I wasn't really speeding. I was going about 70, 68, 70 the whole time. I probably averaged like 60 because there were a few slowdowns. But, well, really only one. There's that one near Nashville. It's kind of, you can count on there being a slowdown in Nashville though. So anyway, I get here and then the guy that usually unloads me, even after they get the power going, the guy that usually unloads me is not here, so it's going to be someone else. So now I hope they can unload me fast. Hopefully this person knows how to work a trailer and a forklift and all that. And I just realized this gas truck is gonna have to get unloaded too. So hopefully things go okay with this unload. I've got a reload that's 20 minutes away. So as long as they can get me out of here in an hour, I should be good, but it's taking me longer to do easier things. So her backed up here. The drive was pretty easy. It's just I don't like driving that fast. It's just kind of stressful. You gotta watch your speeds a lot when you're this heavy. Oh, is there a guy waiting to take my... Hold on, that's probably the driver for the gas. Get my doors. I'll see if this is the guy. My tandem sled. I don't think it is. I think it's the gas guy. We'll see. Hope I can get unloaded. Alright, so I'm empty. I have to go over to this office to get my paperwork that I've never been to. So, hopefully there's not like a wait. Hopefully I get to this other appointment. It's 8:20 now. It's a 20-minute drive. Got to pick up at 9. It's just frustrating. You only get so many minutes in a day. Right? Some of these guys, not guys, just people in general, they don't care. They just don't care how you're tired. Like I went in that office and I was just standing there, you know, I just waited for them to acknowledge me. She kind of like smiled at me at one point and was just sitting there. This girl at the desk, and I was just like, do I say something? So I'm like, all right, hey, where's my paperwork? And she goes, oh, I don't know. And then she's like, well, let me look. So she turns around and it's like sitting right there. And then I'm like, yeah, is it signed? Can I get it? And she goes, oh, it's not signed. Well, no, he did sign it. And she points to my signature. And I'm like, no, that's me. And she goes, oh, okay, well, no. And then this guy comes in and then he's like, is there more paperwork? And I was like, no, there's not more. No, I come here like twice a week. Anyway, it's a different guy because like I said earlier, the one guy wasn't there. But got my paperwork. So now as long as this freaking gate's open, which it's not right now, maybe the power went out again, you know what I mean? So far it's just kind of been one of those days. But it's just annoying, like you only get so many minutes in a day, and why? Oh yeah, this is not good. The security guy's over there by the box. Holy crap. If it's blocked, I'm gonna be like, is it? Okay, he's waving me. Okay, good, the gate's opening. Let me show you this. Slowly but surely. Alright, so we made a wrong turn and there was traffic, so we're about 15 minutes late. Yikes. Let's see if they'll load us. Alright, you said door 8. Slide your tandems. Disconnect red airline, kind of standard. Partially. I don't know what this guy's doing over here. Heartland. It's kind of in the way, but we'll see. Door 8's right here between the Western and then this unlabeled one. Straightened up. Tandem slid. Also gonna get my straps out of here because sometimes I don't like when you have straps in there. Unless I can get them in a really tight pile, I guess. Then I can leave them. I desperately need to clean this thing out. But, yeah. Look how dirty those trailer wheels are. Alright, tandem slid, shut the doors, or back into the dock. Well, that took a long time. 12. You can kind of see there, it's against the wall a little bit down below. But it took them so dang long to do it, and I hate to tell them to take it off and redo it. Alright, way station here. I wanted to go around this, but I don't know. Just feeling lucky. Let's hope that doesn't jinx me. Hopefully they'll just green light me because I'm not I'm not very heavy. At least I don't think I'm very heavy. And there's 2 Schneiders ahead of me, so hopefully, you know, they're in a very bypassy mood. They bypassed him. Be really ideal. Yes! Paid off.
Keep left on Wait Station.
Bypassing's okay. Like when I take the other road that goes around this way station, you know, you're sure you won't get pulled over, but it does burn some extra fuel and time, I think, just maybe a few minutes. So, yeah, this will be good. I won't have to do that. Oh, and I see their inspection stations are full. Yeah, dude, they got 2 in the bays and 1 ready to rumble. Huh. All right, well, back to cruising. I'm back at home. This delivery is actually not here. It's about an hour east of here, Troy, Indiana. It's kind of a little hub for weird things. I don't know. It's like they do auto parts there. Not all the same place, but it's just kind of this little weird industrial hub. It's on the river, which is probably why. Way back when they were probably shipping stuff a lot on the river. They may still do. But anyway, little Troy, Tell City, Indiana. That's what is on the trailer now. Some wooden reels, as you saw. Yeah, I'm not too tired. I'm just kind of just been one of those days, right? Because it's 5 o'clock right now. And I left at 3. So just right now with the way the market is, some weeks, like last week, I was grasping at straws to get anything done, I feel like. And then this week, everything was just piling up. So it's just the way it goes when you make good relationships. If I just deadhead back from London, Kentucky on Friday, I will have only used a broker that I didn't know for 1 load, and that's this one. The rest of them, I didn't have to use a load board. So, I mean, if you want to run your business just by doing that, that's fine. Always trying to find the best paying load, going here, there. But when you find, excuse me, if you can find good lanes and good brokers to work with, they'll keep you busy. And you're not going to get filthy rich off it, but you're going to have a successful business. And that's all I'm trying to do, is have a successful business. So, all right, I'm going to get home. It's Valentine's Day. Hang out with the wife and my baby. And yeah, see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. Been a bit of a crazy day. Had a couple mishaps this morning. Leaving late. Then there's a slowdown. And then the power was out at the place. They took forever to get unloaded. I took a wrong turn. A lot happened today. They took 3 hours. Hold on, just 3 hours to get loaded. Loading it against the side of my trailer. The cruise home was easy peasy. Going through Nashville was what it was. So, thanks for watching. I was doing a little post trip, and I noticed that is not good. That's all fresh. Not the bottom part here, but that's all fresh, and it's dripping. Dude, what in the world? All right, I got it tightened up for now. It's not leaking as much.